Welcome investors! Today we're going to talk about the small defense company called AEVEX. AEVEX operates in a highly specialized world of defense technology. They make advanced military drones and remote control technology. But why is this important right now? Because the entire nature of war is changing. We are moving away from sending thousands of troops into the danger. We are moving away from relying only on massive, expensive fighter jets that cost hundreds of millions of dollars each. Instead, the future of defense is all about uncrewed systems. It is about using smart machines, artificial intelligence, and drones to keep humans out of the harm's way. AEVEX provides those high-tech, flexible solutions to the military. In this video, we will look at the 5 advantages and 5 disadvantages of investing in this company. But first, let me give you a quick background. The company officially started in 2017, but they didn't start from scratch in someone's garage. 3 older, highly successful defense companies merged together to form AEVEX. So even though the name is relatively new, their engineering experience and their deep military connections go back decades. This company caught my eye recently for a very specific reason. My 16-year-old son Adrian recently decided to buy some shares of AEVEX. So you could say this video is totally inspired by him. Teenagers often see the future of technology before we do. At the end of this video, I will tell you exactly what I think of his investment and whether I am buying this stock for my portfolio. First, let's jump into the 5 advantages of buying this small defense company. So advantage number 1, massive unstoppable demand. AEVEX makes exact type of the drones that military is begging for now. To give you the idea, the Pentagon recently asked for over $50 billion just to fund autonomous drone programs for over the next few years. AEVEX built a drone called Phoenix Ghost. It was used heavily and very effectively in the war in Ukraine. Because it works so well on real battlefield, other countries and military generals are lining up to buy their technology. Drones are becoming like the smartphones of the military world right now. Every modern army has to have them to survive. This strong long-term demand points to a very bright future for AEVEX. Advantage number 2. The government is the ultimate safe customer. Their main buyer is the United States military. Having the US government as your customer is a huge financial advantage. Think about regular shoppers like you or me. When the economy gets bad or inflation goes up, we stop buying extra things, we cancel subscriptions, we eat less out. But the military does not do that. The need for national defense is constant, no matter what the economy is doing. The government signs massive multi-year contracts with AEVEX. They always pay their bills. This gives the company a very steady, reliable, and predictable income. Advantage number 3. They are growing very fast through acquisitions. AEVEX does not just sit around waiting to invent everything themselves. They use a very aggressive growth strategy. They actively go out and buy smaller tech companies. For example, they recently bought drone assets from the company called Rapid Flight and invested heavily in the airborne intelligence firms. Why is this smart? because instead of spending 5 years trying to invent a new camera or new piece of software, they just buy the company that already perfected it. This brings in fresh ideas, instant technology, and brilliant new engineers. By constantly growing their toolkit, AEVEX becomes stronger and can win much bigger government contracts. Advantage number 4. It is now very easy to trade. Just recently, in April 2026, AEVEX went public on the New York Stock Exchange. Their ticket symbol is AEVEX. Before this, only wealthy private equity groups or insiders could own the piece of this company. Now, everyday investors can buy or sell shares instantly, right from their phones. And being a public company is also great because of transparency. They are legally required to share their financial reports every single quarter. You can see exactly how much money they are making and how much debt they have. Plus, being on the stock market gives AEVEX a reliable way to raise cash so they can build new factories and design better drones. Advantage number 5. They make money in many different ways. AEVEX is not a one-trick pony. They don't just sell one type of flying drone. They also make self-driving boats for the Navy. They upgrade all their airplanes with brand new high-tech sensors. They process military intelligence data, and they even provide advanced flight trainings for pilots. Imagine a stool with only one leg. If that leg breaks, you fell over. AEVEX has many legs on their stool. If the drone market slows down for a few months, money still flows in from their boat division or their aircraft upgrades. This variety protects the company and makes them a very safe, solid business model for investors. Now, every great opportunity comes with the catch. Let's talk about the risks. Here are the 5 disadvantages of investing in AEVEX. Disadvantage number 1. Relying on government is a double-edged sword. Yes, the government is a great customer, but relying on them too much is incredibly dangerous. AEVEX's entire fate is tied to the political mood in Washington. If politicians argue about the budget and shut the government down, AEVEX work can grind to a halt. If Congress decides to cut defense spending next year, AEVEX loses money fast. Furthermore, government rules are strictly enforced. One small paperwork mistake or one failed security test could cost them a multi-million-dollar contract overnight. And they don't have regular, everyday customers to fall back on. Disadvantage number 2. Global drama and unpredictable politics. Selling advanced weapons puts AEVEX right in the middle of global political fights. For example, the Chinese government recently placed sanctions on AEVEX because the company was involved in helping Taiwan. Those kinds of international fights can mess up their supply chain and make it hard to get the parts they need to build new drones. Geopolitical drama makes investors very nervous. A new president could be elected and completely change the foreign policy, banning AEVEX from selling to certain countries. This unpredictability makes the stock risky. Disadvantage number 3. The competition is absolutely fierce. AEVEX is a relatively small player swimming in the tank full of sharks. They are fighting for contracts against massive legacy giants like Lockheed Martin, Boeing, and Northrop Grumman. Those massive companies have billions of dollars in the bank. They have army of lobbyists in Washington, and they have relationships with military generals that go back 50 years. If a big giant wants to win a contract, they can simply lower their prices until the smaller guy goes out of the business. It is incredibly difficult for the company the size of AEVEX to beat them long term. Disadvantage number 4. The stock price is a roller coaster. Because AEVEX just became a publicly traded company very recently, its stock price is highly volatile. It is going through what the experts call price discovery. Price can shot up 30% one week on pure hype and then crash next week when the investors take their profits. Also, in the future, the people who started the company will eventually be allowed to sell their millions of private shares. When they dump those shares into the market, the price usually drops. This bumpy ride makes AEVEX a gamble right now. You need a very strong stomach to handle those wild daily swings. And disadvantage number 5. Technology becomes obsolete too fast. Military technology moves at the speed of light. AEVEX has to spend an absolute fortune on research and development just to keep their current drones from becoming outdated. Think about it like this. Imagine buying the absolute best, most expensive DVD player on the market right before streaming video was invented. If an enemy country invents a new laser or a new radio jammer tomorrow, AEVEX's drones could literally fall out of the sky and become totally useless. This constant pressure to invent the new big thing makes defense tech very precarious. So let's wrap it up. And as you see, this stock has a huge world-changing potential, but it's also a very big risk. My final decision on whether to buy it comes entirely down to age and time. My son Adrian is 16. I am 52. At 52 years old, my investment timeline is much shorter. If AEVEX fails and the stock crashes to zero, I lose real money that I need for my retirement. I absolutely do not want to be forced to work until I'm 80 years old, just to recover from the bad stock market mistakes. I want to work because I want to, not because I have to. Personally, at my stage in life, I prefer to protect my capital. I would much rather invest in safer, established dividend stocks. For example, a massive giant like Northrop Grumman. Ironically, Northrop Grumman is the kind of massive company that might actually just buy AEVEX one day. But what about Adrian at 16 years old? I think AEVEX is a fantastic stock for him. Time is the ultimate superpower in investing. When you are young, you can afford to take big swings and big risks. If he loses his money on this trade, he has 40 years to make it back. He has plenty of time to learn from his mistakes, study the market, and let his future investments grow through compound interest. I genuinely wish him the best on his investing journey. I actually hope he makes a few early mistakes now, so that when he's older, his decisions will be thoughtful and wise. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about AEVEX? Would you buy this drone stock, or is it too risky for your portfolio? Let me know down in the comments section. And as always, if you get value out of this video, please give me a thumb up. It really helps the channel grow, and I appreciate this. Feel free to share this video with the friends who love investing. Finally, take care about your health. Keep exercising, keep your diet clean and simple. Health is your true wealth. See you next time.